Sejumlah selebriti yang menjadi anggota DPR RI periode tahun 2024 sampai tahun 2029 sering mendapat sorotan. Ada yang dipuji tapi tak sedikit juga yang dicibir dan dikritik warganet. Dalam sebuah video terbaru di media sosial, giliran Verrell Bramasta yang disorot. Pemirsa, kembali lagi di program terupdate dan terpercaya yang mengupas informasi kehidupan selebritas tanah air. Hanya di Nex-Update.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Verrell Bramasta, a member of Parliament from Indonesia. So when you mentioned the problems and the drawbacks of AI, I completely agree, especially when you try to implement it in a large country like Indonesia. So implementing a technology this, I would say advanced, could be both drawback and also a plus point for us. So when we talk about AI, we first need to know what AI is. It is a replication of human intelligence using data and information that is input into a machine and is processed. But like what you said, a lot of times these data are not good or bad, but it is tendencies. So it really depends on the view or the perspective of the data that you input that results in the outcome. I'll give you an example. For example, in Amazon uses AI to hire new employees, and the data they input was how can we employ people with higher working rate more effectively. And surprisingly, the outcome, they did not accept any women. And it turns out the reason behind this was because the AI views women as a drawback because they have maternity leaves. Because women get pregnant, they have to take care of the children, and it causes a biased outcome. So stuff like this is actually a problem, especially in Indonesia. So my question would be, what can we do as policymakers? What are the classifications of data that should be inputted and processed by machines? Because if we start to implement AI, I think the accuracy of data is the number one key, because also like what you said, one of the drawbacks is the autonomy of AI, and it leads to the human privacy. But it is contradicted because the characteristics of AI, there are three, which is autonomy, adaptability, and interactivity. So maybe instead of reflecting of what we've been doing in our country, I have a few questions as a policymaker. What us as government, as MPs can do to really maximize the use of AI to tackle misinformation, disinformation, hoax, and propaganda, and nonetheless use it to enrich the people with critical thinking and also digital literacy. And my last question would be, us as parliamentarians, how can we balance transparency with the need of confidentiality with the technological wave and the use of AI nowadays? That would be all. Thank you so much.
Kali ini, kemampuan berbicara di depan umum alias public speaking Verrell Bramasta saat Rapat Dpr RI kembali menuai atensi, sampai menyoroti profil mentereng orang tua pemain sinetron tersebut. Sorotan atas public speaking Verrell Bramasta muncul setelah sang aktor membagikan video dirinya mengikuti rapat kerja.
For beautiful and graceful master ceremony, distinguished delegates, fellow parliamentarians, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. May peace be upon us all. First and foremost, let me say my welcome in 5. Sawadee. My name is Verrell Bramasta from the National Unity Party of Indonesia, currently representing the House of Representatives of the Republic of Indonesia. So ladies and gentlemen, when we talk about this era of digitalization, we talk about technological wave, and we talk about technological advancements. And with that, it changes the way nations interact and also how we perceive information, both regionally and also globally. Having said that, when we talk about technological wave, we talk about social media. Social media has become a fifth pillar in democracy and a fifth power in a country. So it has transformed from becoming a platform of self-expression and self-development into a very progressive and also effective tool for diplomats and diplomatic actors. Nowadays, it is very easy to spread fake news as fast as a virus, and nonetheless, it is as dangerous. Like what my chairman said earlier before, us here in Indonesia, we come from a large, almost 280 million people in our country, boasting over 17,000 islands. So we have a little bit of an idea on how difficult it is to maintain misinformation, disinformation, hoax, and propagandas under normal circumstances, let alone during times of pandemics where lives are at stake. So ladies and gentlemen, us here from Indonesia, we urge every member of parliament here to boost not only critical thinking, but also digital literacy
and also critical thinking, digital skills, and media literacy. Why is that? In order for us to work together and make the people better in comprehending and knowing about the information that's been flown in the country. And so when we talk about your first question, what are the government's action that has been done during COVID-19? If we take a look at Indonesia as an example, the Ministry of Communication and Information did many methods to tackle this issue, two of which in particular I would like to discuss. Number one is the utilization of social media. So where we have official media accounts that regulate and spread accurate information towards communities on a daily basis. And also is a system called COVID-19 Task Force. So we monitor and we also cross-check the data that's been flown around in communities, and we educate the people whether it is true, hoax, propagandas, or whether it is misinformation. Speaking of technology, we must speak about AI, artificial intelligence. And what is artificial intelligence? It is the replication of human intelligence using machines. So when we talk about AI, Indonesians actually been using AI for quite some time, although it is still not perfect. There are still bias and misinformation that's being input, and also it means the outcome can cause some anomalies. But in here, the keyword is data accuracy. So we need to work together to create better data in order to be inputted into the AI. And lastly, as here from Indonesia, we are very hopeful that through regional conferences like this, we can elevate our parliamentary relationships and also empower three things: empower the citizens, raise awareness, and also increase the readiness of the people in facing future challenges such as pandemics in the future. Hopefully it won't happen. Lastly, for me, let me end today's presentation in Indonesian. Terima kasih banyak. Salam cinta dari Indonesia. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Terima kasih. Cinta means love. Did you just say cinta? Thank you. My goodness, so where do I go now from there?
Oke pemirsa, demikianlah kabar terkini dan terupdate kehidupan selebritas tanah air hari ini. Terus saksikan Next Update hanya di channel YouTube Nexera Entertainment.